Hello and welcome to Sport on 7 on City 7 TV. We bring you the new episode from the HSBC Abu Dhabi Golf Championship, which returned to the capital for its 11th year, where fans got a chance to watch 4 of the top 6 players in action here at the Abu Dhabi Golf Course. But first up, let's have a look at what's in store on the show. On this month's show, we'll bring you all the sporting action hosted in the UAE during the month of January. We'll take you to the start of the European Tour's Desert Swing at the Abu Dhabi HSBC Golf Championship, before heading to the tennis courts of the Mubadala World Tennis Championship and concluding at the running tracks of the Dubai Marathon. It was the 27-year-old Rickie Fowler who finished with a one-stroke lead to maintain his supremacy over the leaderboard, earning his right to lift the trophy over a star-studded cast that had descended onto the Abu Dhabi Golf Club. After finishing the round 3 with a 65 under score, it wasn't an easy ride for Fowler, who suffered a double bogey in the 7th hole, before clinging onto his lead with an eagle on the 8th and a birdie on the 17th. The win in Abu Dhabi marked his second European Tour victory in his 50th event, which allowed him to climb up to the 4th spot in the world rankings. Second outing in Abu Dhabi, and how important has this win been for you?
This is definitely a big win. This is my first full field event of 2016, and to beat the field that I did this week. Very strong field, having some of the top players in the world here. So definitely excited to come out on top and get the win this week.
You had a 2-shot lead at the final round, but a bit of a scary moments here, the 7th hole.
Yeah, I made a bad swing at the wrong time. Got a tough break with having a boulder underneath the ball and didn't know it was there, so ended up having to take 5 and move on. So made double there, and luckily was able to bounce back pretty quickly on the next, making eagle.
You finished 4th now after this tournament, so what's coming up next for you?
I'm heading home from California. It's not home anymore. I live in Florida now, but heading to California tonight, actually. I land Monday morning, fly down to San Diego. So I'm there next week playing the Farmers Insurance Open. So looking forward to that. I have a lot of friends and family that'll be out, so right back at it.
It was a disappointing finish for the fan favourite and world number 3 Rory McIlroy, who once again failed to win the Abu Dhabi leg of the Desert Swing, who tied 3rd with Henrik Stenson at 14 under. The winner of the 2015 race to Dubai began the final round with 10 under and crept up the leaderboard after finishing the last 7 of the final round with 5 under, which included an eagle on the last hole.
I wasted a lot of opportunities out there this week, and so it really is a story of what could have been, but still a good finish, and a lot of good golf in there, so plenty of positives to take away. I needed to do something. I didn't hit a fairway until the 9th hole. I wasn't giving myself many chances. Just to be 1 over par after 9 there was a pretty good effort. So I something just sort of clicked for me in the back 9. There was a couple of long putts, a hole chip and an eagle at the last, and it got me a little closer to the lead, but as I said, I left myself just a bit too much to do after that front 9. It's a great way to start the season. It's going to be my 5th second place finish here in the last 6 years, so it's I've started every year the same, and some have worked out better than others, but it's not a bad way to start the season.
McIlroy's last-minute score allowed him to grab a 3-stroke lead over his close rival and current world number 1 Jordan Spieth. The 22-year-old American, who made his UAE debut, finished with a scoreline of 11 under after the final round score of 68 to tie in for the 5th position.
I've seen kind of 2, hopefully I would say, extremes of my game. I'm not saying that I played that poorly this week. I'm just saying I didn't feel great about the way I scored versus I really felt just a little better about my game at Hawaii versus this week, but I scored so much better. That comes down to putting and then really par 5s for me, and I just didn't quite do it this week on those holes. It won't be something that I do in the future to bounce back and forth from Asia as much as we did, or Australia. I don't. I'm very tired right now. I am, and as a team, we're kind of beat up mentally, physically. We're just we're not 100%. Right now, shows in certain places, and this week, the first day I was here, I was striping it, and since then I just, I was just a little weak with everything, and just my decision making was a little off. But yeah, we had a lot of fun times. We'll continue to do so next week, and then I'll get back to the tour schedule and reevaluate how next season will finish up into the new year.
The Abu Dhabi event, however, highlighted a new golf star in the making in the shape of the 22-year-old reigning US amateur champion Bryson DeChambeau. Self-proclaimed golfing scientist struck an 8 under par 64 to top the leaderboard in the opening round. After a devastating third round, Bryson fell out of contention to finish 55th at a score of 2 under.
The bogey on 18, my 9th hole, the second round, kind of threw me off for a loop, and then from there on out I just couldn't get any momentum going and couldn't read putts like I was, nor execute the putts like I wanted to, nor execute shots. And for whatever reason it changed, and we'll figure it out for the next week. There's no doubt they have valuable experience that I was able to look at and see some little different things that they do compared to others, and hopefully I'll be able to utilize that and move forward with that and use it to the best of my ability to become one of the best, hopefully one day. But again, that's down the road. This is all still a learning process, still like an intern, still getting my feet in the waters, the professional ranks and everything like that. So it's a bit of fun, and to be around those guys, it's quite an honor, it really is.
In 2016, golf makes its return to the Olympics since it last featured in 1904. With all the top golfers keeping their eyes on this year's majors, we spoke to some of the contestants about their thoughts of winning an Olympic gold. We do understand Masters do remain the most important tournaments for golfers, but how important would an Olympic gold be?
Just having a chance to play in the Olympic team for my country would be amazing. So the main focus is getting ready for Augusta, playing well through the majors, but that would be a bonus being able to play on the Olympic team.
Both? I'm not sure. I mean, I know what a green jacket feels like, and I'd certainly like that again. I think we're unsure the impact the Olympics is going to have. This year can be a special year for it, but I don't think any of us know what to expect. There's no reason we should know what to expect. But, yeah, I mean, Olympic gold medal, you can look at it 2 different ways. You can look at it from a golfer's perspective or an athlete's perspective, and neither one's bad. I'm not going to choose between the two.
We've got the majors and everything, but obviously it's a Ryder Cup year as well, through the Olympics in there and everything else that goes along with that. So it's, it promises to be an exciting and a busy year. I think golf's in a great place right now with the guys that we have at the top of the rankings and the guys that are winning majors. Young guys that can inspire the next generation coming up. Jordan, what he did last year was phenomenal, and obviously continued to do that into this year with winning already. Jason winning his first major, and Ricky playing well. Me, I had spurts of good golf in there last year too. So it's, but I think as well we can't just focus on these guys or us, because that would do everyone else an injustice. There's so many great players on tour, and so much great talent out there that anyone can win these days. And I think that's why we keep pushing ourselves, because we know if we slip up at all, there's guys that are just waiting behind us to pounce and win tournaments as well.
It's obviously incredible. I think that it needs to be. It's a sport. You look at all these athletes out here, they're incredible athletes. They swing the golf club at 125 miles an hour now, as some of them, and it deserves to be in that upper echelon of sport. So it's great. It's great that the Olympics are now back into golf.
We will now be taking a short break, but when we come back, we'll be looking at all the action from the Mubadala World Tennis Championship.